Hello, everypony. Prince Alagorn of Aquilonia here, and tonight we're talking about Pinkie Apple Pie. This was one episode from the animatics, aside from Flight to the Finish, which I was most looking forward to. The idea intrigued me. Why was Pinkie with the apples? What was the context of the song? It really got me thinking. I'll discuss my ideas more at the end, but needless to say, I haven't watched or read a single review until today, because I didn't want to be spoiled. Also, since Nightmare Rider asked during my last review, the way I structure this is as I watch the episode, I take down notes about those things that move me or that I find intriguing little tidbits that catch my attention, as well as notes on things that either make me confused, disappointed, frustrated, or out and out pissed off. Then I come in and expand them in the same chronological order into more coherent points. Hence why some of my transitions can be a little bit jerky. Anyways, on to the review. What I liked. Let's start with a little sight gag. Pinkie is a Jenga master. Also, I love how we got ultimate Pinkie physics and fourth wall breakage all before the credits even roll. And that look of dumbfoundedness when Pinkie is at AJ's door is priceless. I would have that same look too. Apple Bloom is absolutely adorable throughout the entire episode. Her spirited excitement matches Pinkie's perfectly, and the bubbliness from the two is just infectious. Then we have the song. I liked it. There were no clunky lyrics this time. It had meaning to the story, and it just, all in all, it was a high-energy country joyride filled with nice little sight gags and a good showcase, especially for AJ and Apple Bloom's singing voices. Also, AJ plays banjo. That walks a fine line between Flanderization and awesome sauce for me that stays just on this side of awesome sauce. Next up, Applejack and Big Mac arguing was kinda cute, just seeing them literally butt heads and stare each other down, like they did in Applebuck season. Although, as I'll point out later, I do have problems with it. And no, not the same ones I've had with the arguments in Bats or Rarity Takes Manhattan. Also, while part of me wants to hate it, I just love the reference to the last roundup with Pinkie doing Derpy's woohoo and her falling back. Again, it's the little continuity nods this season that aren't overly obtrusive that make this special. Nice. Speaking of nice nods, Apple Bloomalicious, sweet. Oh my gosh, that is, well, actually that's borderline fan pandering at its most extreme, but I thought it was funny. Sue me. It also seems we have crazy cat ladies in Equestria, and they happen to be related to the apples. And going back to the beginning of the episode, Goldie Delicious is a Jenga master too. Oh, and yay on an episode that didn't needlessly slot all the main six in for absolutely no fucking reason. Finally, there's the moral. Actually, as AJ points out, there's like 3 or 4 different morals here. The big one in my eyes is this one. You don't have to be blood to be family. That is one of the best morals this show has ever given us. That's up there with Flight to the Finishes. People are not defined by their disabilities, by those things that they cannot do, but instead by the things they can. I come from a slightly dysfunctional family myself, and while I love my relatives, and will fight you to the death if you ever say anything bad about them, I often find that I'm closer to my friends than I am with them. Sure, biologically they're still my kin, but family really is more about the connections that you make. So yeah, that one really hit me in the feels. I love it. Now that's not to say there aren't flaws here. AJ, Twilight's the control freak. Take it easy, girl. Pinkie knows your family. During the song, why does Apple Bloom look like she shrunk when she's on Big Mac's back? I know it's just a little thing, but I mean, I know Big Mac is big, but he's not like 25 times her size big. AJ playing banjo. It raises this question once again. Hooves. How do they work? And also, If AJ gets to play the banjo, the comics establish that Apple Bloom can play the fiddle. So why isn't she? I mean, I hear fiddle in the song, but Apple Bloom isn't the one playing it. And also, Big Mac and AJ butting heads is cute, but after Sweet Apple Massacre, it terrified me. And it was even worse when he glared at Apple Bloom later in the episode. I'm sorry to you writers, as it's not your fault, but that fic has fucked me up so badly that I cannot watch Big Mac be angry anymore, because all I can see is him taking 24 inches of horse dick and cramming it up either Apple Bloom or AJ's ass. And that is pure nightmare fuel. So no, I'm sorry, but one cute visual wasn't enough to make me not be scared shitless by those scenes. And moving on from something that disturbed me greatly to something that annoyed me greatly. I think the camera joke got old, and fast. And of course, with the apples having a stubborn streak, AJ impressing on the rest of the family the importance of making a good impression on Pinkie, and the tension already rising from all the little snags along the way, the inevitable final blow-up just fell flat for me. Given the great points Pinkie made, that should have been the most feels scene in the episode, but it was just kind of meh, because it was so majorly telegraphed. And again, with me being a little bit nitpicky, did we see an eagle actually kill a duck? Oh, no, wait, never mind. We see the duck a little bit later. Carry on. And lastly, let Big Mac talk! Oh my god, the scene where Granny cuts him off when he's about to apologize pissed me off to no end. If you want him to just say his 2 signature lines, then fine. Let that be the whole of his dialogue for the episode. But don't be fucking cock teases like that. Okay. I think before moving on and giving a final score, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the ambiguity in the episode. I personally think it would have hurt it if the episode stated out and out if Pinkie is or isn't an apple. It would undermine the moral. But in my opinion, yes, Pinkie and the other pies are related to the apples. The synchronicity of the 2 names is just too perfect for them not to be. I also would be remiss if I didn't talk about my original theory for the episode. See, originally I thought it was going to be that the pies adopted Pinkie from the apples when she was just a filly, and she's really a sister. Possible chance to touch further on AJ's parents, which will never likely be in this show, but I want to see done anyway because I would die to hear a Danny Ingram arrangement of Will the Circle Be Unbroken. Typically, adoption stories go one of 3 routes. Who you are is in your blood. To find yourself, you have to strike out on your own, or you don't have to be blood to be family. Either of those had major feels potential, but they've all been done to death as well. So I had my concerns. By making Pinkie a possible cousin, though, it allows you to do the you don't have to be blood to be family angle, while still not having her give up her connection to her sisters and her parents. Nice way to do it. Overall, this was another damn fine episode. It really feels with these last 2 that we're finally getting going with this season, and as such, I'm giving this 4 stars. Before I go, though, here's my idea for a story dealing with AJ's parents. Apple Bloom had to be no more than a toddler when they died, so I can't see her having that many memories of them. I think it would be touching if the episode were her asking questions of AJ, Big Mac, and Granny about her parents, and them sharing their own stories. Maybe the death of her parents is a factor in what pushed AJ to try to live with the Oranges in Cutie Mark Chronicles. Maybe Big Mac is so quiet as a result of what happened, either to hide his pain or because his dad was the quiet type and he always idolized him, so that's his way of paying tribute to him. And then, at the end, maybe they agree to get some of the other family involved and hold a big memorial to them, which is where the song would come in. Just some food for thought. Anyways, see you next week. Bye. Hello, everypony. Prince Alagorn of Aquilonia here, and tonight